Hi there, if you're clicking on this video, then that means you need a little bit of help with Pythagoras Theorem, and I got you covered. I'm going to make things real simple for you and real quick. There are three things to remember when it comes to Pythagoras Theorem. Number one, you got to remember the formula, and that's simple. A squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. If you can't remember that, remember a plus b equals c, square everything. Number two, this only works on right angled triangles. You can forget about all other triangles and shapes when it comes to Pythagoras theorem. Your scalene triangles, your isosceles triangles, and your equilateral triangles, throw them in the bin. You only care about right angled triangles when it comes to Pythagoras. Number three, C always represents the length of the longest side, and that is very, very important. Never ever use any of the other letters A or B to represent the longest side. And by longest side, I mean the hypotenuse, or you can call it the side that is opposite the right angle. Now that those three fundamental things are out of the way, let's go on with some examples. Here we have a question where we have our triangle where x is our longest side. Oh, let me change my color there. X is our longest side over here, which is the one we're told to work out. We have a 4 and we have a 3. Cool. So if we look at our Pythagoras theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, one of the rules was that c always has to be our longest side, and assuming our right, well, we know our right angle is over here, x is our longest side, therefore x is going to be c. So I can put x squared. As for the other two, it doesn't really matter what order you put them in. You can say 3 is a and 4 is b, or you can say 3 is b and 4 is a. It really doesn't matter. So I'm just going to put 3 here, so 3 squared plus 4 squared. And now we just have some basic maths to do. So 3 squared is 9, plus 4 squared is 16, is equal to x squared. All good. And then again, if we just add 9 plus 16, that gives us 25, is equal to x squared. Now, one thing to note is 25 is not our answer. This is not our answer, because we don't have x, we have x squared. So we need to square root both sides now. So the square root of 25 is 5. And the square root of x squared is just x. So x is 5. So our answer is 5. Okay, so example number 2. We have another right angle triangle with a different orientation. Our right angle, once again, is pretty easy to spot. It's right over here. And our hypotenuse would be our y. So we'll look to work this one out. And we have two values, 10 and 6. And again, once again, the only one we care about is c. C has to be the longest side, and we've already identified that it is y, so y squared. As for the other two, again, you don't need to worry about which one is which. You can say 10 is A and 6 is B. You can say 6 is A and 10 is B. It really doesn't matter which way you do it, so I'm just going to put 10 squared here. And 6 squared over here. Just like before, we have now an easier equation that we just need to work out. So 10 squared is 100. And 6 squared is 36, so 36 is equal to y squared. And then simplifying that, 100 plus 36 is 136 is equal to y squared. And then you have to square, once again, you have to square root at this point. 136 is not the answer. Where we have a y squared, we're looking for just y. So square rooting 136, you will get 11.66190379 is equal to y. Of course, that's a very long number, and obviously you would need a calculator for this one, but I'm just going to round to three significant figures, so 11.7, and that's to three significant figures, and that's my value for y, and that is our final answer. Okay, so here we have another right angle triangle in a different orientation with different numbers. Our right angle is over here. Now, usually they're given to you in a question, the right angle is given to you, but in these ones it's not, so I'm just going to identify it. And that allows us to then identify where the longer side is, or where the hypotenuse is. And in this case, it's our 15. So it's this side over here that has a length of 15, which is our hypotenuse. And that allows us to start working on our equation, our a squared plus b squared equals c squared. We know c is 15, so I can actually chuck that in now. So a squared plus b squared equals 15 squared. A and b, again, it doesn't matter which one is which. I'm just going to say a is 10, so 10 squared. It looks like 70 squared, my bad, plus z squared. So 10 squared plus z squared equals 15 squared. Now obviously it doesn't look the same as all the other questions, but that's fine. Let's just work it out like a normal algebra question. Let's just keep going, and whatever differences there are, we'll be able to spot them after we've done the question. So 10 squared plus z squared equals 15 squared. 10 squared is 100. So I'm just going to simplify a few things. Plus z squared equals 15 squared. 15 squared is 225. Now we're looking to find z squared. Unfortunately, we don't have z squared by itself. We also have a positive 100. So we need to get rid of this positive 100, and the way we can do that is by minusing 100 from this left hand side, but then also minusing 100 from our right hand side. My writing has gone a bit atrocious there. And that will leave us, so 100 will cancel out here, which leaves us with just z squared. And 225 minus 100 will leave us with 125. I don't know why my handwriting is doing this now. And once again, we need to square root. So z squared, or the square root of z squared is just z. And the square root of 125 is 11.18033. And then once again, I'm going to give that to three significant figures. So 11.2. So unlike before, there was a few differences. The first difference is we're not working out C anymore. In all the previous examples, we were working out C. We knew what A and we knew what B. We knew what A was, we knew what B was, we did not know what C was. In this case, we knew C. This meant that we had an unknown over on our left-hand side, which meant we had to do a subtraction. However, there isn't too much extra work that needs to be done, and in the end, the answer is... That was very bad. That was very poorly done, but I'll leave that in. In the end, the answer is, again, quite simple to get to. It's 11.2. If you haven't heard this before, hear me out. I want to take a few seconds of your time. Down in the description below, there are some answers for all the practice questions in this video. One of the answers will be correct, the rest will be wrong. However, they will be answers that you will get if you made some common mistakes. If you click the link, you'll be taken to a video where I try my best to guess the mistake that you might have made, and I will also provide some corrections for that particular mistake. If you don't see your answer down below in the description, try the question again. Chances are you've made a mistake that is unique to yourself, so try it again, and if you still can't get it, then click one of the links below. You will end up seeing the correct answer and at least the correct method, and hopefully you could use that to rectify your own mistake. Good luck.